The mid-season patch is here. Yes, it's somehow already mid-season. That came around so fast. With this, we saw a lot of changes to a lot of heroes. Some good, some bad, and some just outright strange. And in this video, I'm gonna talk all about them as well as share my personal opinion about them. I'll get into it in a minute, but first I'm going to ask you to subscribe and leave a like on this video, as I want to continue making Overwatch 2 related content that's not only entertaining, but educational too. I'm gonna do this in role order, starting with tanks. Now, the global tank patch was the armor nerf, going from mitigating 10 damage per shot to mitigating 7 damage per shot. This honestly isn't that massive of a change, it just means your TTK on some of the tanks is going to be a bit faster than it previously was. Emphasis on a bit, because it's really not a massive change. This leads me onto the first tank that I'm going to talk about, D.Va. Her armor and health saw a slight change. Her mech armor health has been reduced from 375 to 325, and her mech base health has been increased from 200 to 225, making her slightly less tanky and easier to kill. Is it enough to change the meta? I don't really know. I've personally seen a lot more people playing Reinhardt Juno, but I don't know if that's because Reinhardt got his new skin or what. It's a good combination because, you know, rush comp and all that, but it's an unexpected shift in the meta. Don't take this as me complaining, I'm far from complaining about this. I'm just surprised Rein's come into meta after all this time in the shadows. The team also fixed the apparent bug where her booster movement speed would stack with speed boosting abilities like Juno's Hyper Rank, because obvious reasons if you've been playing for the past 3 weeks, it was absolutely insane. Hog got a buff to his tanking ability, with the regeneration rate of Take a Breather being increased from 8 to 10 per second, meaning he can use it more often and play a bit more aggressively. Sigma got a buff to his hyperspheres, which make it so that he doesn't necessarily have to hit direct hits with them to deal lots of damage, as the explosion damage has been buffed from 30 to 40 and the impact damage has been nerfed from 25 to 15. It also no longer damages him anymore, so that's pretty cool. And Orissa's Fortify movement speed has been buffed from a 20% decrease to a 10% decrease, meaning she can chase enemies whilst fortified a bit easier than before. Tanks also saw their knockback resistance nerfed from 40% to 25%, which is great news for this guy. Now to talk about the DPS changes, and this is where things get a little bit weird. Cass's flashbang got a nerf to how long Hinder lasts, going down from 1.2 seconds to 0.9 seconds. Yet the explosion damage got buffed from 45 all the way up to 75. God knows why they buffed the damage that much, but I guess since the window to get a kill whilst the enemy is hindered is shorter, it kinda makes sense. Hanzo also got a buff which brought his one shot back. At least the hitbox of the arrow got reverted, so he has to be a lot more precise to get the one shot off now. It's still kind of annoying, but I'll let it slide since it's generally harder to hit the shot. Venture's passive shield gained after using an ability got nerfed from 40 to 30, big womp womp, and Bastion's turret has less spread and his ult charges a bit faster now. Pretty nice, not too shabby. Finally, the support changes, which are kind of interesting. Moira's ult now deals 85 damage per second instead of 70 to make her quote-unquote feel threatening after the health adjustments across the cast, which is okay. I don't really see much Moira unless I'm playing quick play or I'm in lower MMR matches, so I don't think this will affect me personally, but if you're in that kind of skill set, then just look out for that, I guess. Lifeweaver got an ammo buff to Thorn Volley from 80 to 100. That's all I'll say about that, because I don't really have anything to add to that. He can just do more damage, I guess. But something I will talk about is Zenyatta's buff to his overall damage, going from 48 to 50 per shot, and Discord Orb has been buffed by reducing the cooldown from 7 seconds to 6 seconds. This might not seem like much, but it actually is. Being able to swap who's affected by Discord Orb more frequently means that we as a team with a Zenyatta can swap up focus fire more often and adjust to the enemy team's playstyle. Think about it. If we realize that we need to take out the supports before we take out the DPS or tank, but Zen is putting his Discord on the tank to try and focus on them, then he can be like, shoot, we need to get the supports before the tank. and quickly change which enemy Discord is on. It doesn't really seem like much at base, but it's actually going to be super helpful on top of his actual damage change. But that just about does it for this video. Like I said at the start of this video, some of these changes are good, some of these changes are bad, and some of these changes are just outright weird. I'm not going to say which ones are weird, I'm instead going to let you guys discuss that in the comments because I want to know what you think about them. I know one thing that we can all agree on though, and that's the fact we're all glad that the evil mech witch got nerfed. I spit on you, hog to her and spit on that thing.
I hate this red thing, I spit on you.
Anyways, thanks for watching. Once again, I'm going to ask you to like this video as it lets me know that you find these videos not only to be helpful but entertaining. The anniversary event starts on the 24th if you were wondering about that. My video on Monday will probably be a short one about that before it comes out, so keep your eyes peeled for that. Finally, have a nice day or night if you're watching this at night, and make sure to check out my other videos. Not only will I appreciate it, but you might too.